My mission and our mission, or what should be our mission globally, is to kill poverty. By the way, there is no nobility in poverty. Let me tell you one secret. For those who have ever attested poverty, I have done that. I have been in a situation, I was born in a situation where, honestly speaking, I was termed poor. And I'm telling you, there is no nobility on that. And the enemy is poverty. By all means, we have to try the best as we can. And on this video, I'm going to share with you substantive information for the next 15 minutes. For God's sake, even if you hate watching longer videos, this can only be 15 minutes that can transform your life. No matter the stage of life that you are in, it can really do a major thing as far as the transformation is concerned. And today, we're going to take on things we call how to realistically change, or what we call kill, or what we call end this poverty cycle, because it has been there. Obviously, with the moment you term Africa, it goes synonymously with the poverty. And I don't know why it's associated with that. Yet they tell us, or we know actually, we don't need to be told, that our continent in terms of the natural resources and what have you, it is the wealthiest. But in terms of the GDPs and what have you, the wealth in what and what is actually the poorest. Well, a lot of people tend to associate it with leadership, whatever they think it is. Today, we're not going to blame anybody. We're going to check out, sit back and reflect and ask ourselves, despite us having a bad leadership at the helm, how exactly can we change and transform our lives? Because there are cases of people, and by the way, you can go check out on your country. There are people whom you know, they don't have any travel records. They have never gotten out the peripheries of the premises of the African continent. But they are wealthy, they have made it in life. And how exactly can we be able to do that? Now, what you need to do is go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel by simply hitting that small button on your right called written subscribe. It is in black, and make sure that you turn that notification bell. Why? So you'll be notified whenever I upload a new good video. Make sure that you like this video and leave a comment on the comment section. Tell us, please, this is that video I would like us to engage. Please, 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 your comment might save a life. Tell us, how did you break the poverty cycle, if you've done, or what are you doing to do exactly that? This is good just speaking. Now, the point number one, what you're supposed to do, nothing else apart from play the non-conformity game. What does it mean? Be different, stand out, cease doing that has been done by your brothers, by your sisters, by your neighbors, by your parents, the grandparents and the great-grandparents. Stand out, avoid conformity game. And how can you avoid this? For example, if you come to a situation whereby people keep on reminding you, why aren't you married? Why aren't you marrying? Why don't you have children? Well, you're barely surviving by yourself. You cannot even feed yourself. You're surviving. You're not dressing the shoes that you would love to. But somebody's telling you, go ahead and get more responsibility on top of you, because by age, by the way, I love to say this, Africa is the only continent that people marry because they are old. Not because they planned about it, because they are old. And they have functioning organs. That should not be the only qualifications. You should have other qualifications. And people walk blindly with this mentality. Just get the kids, there are blessings, you're going to get the money along the way. I'm not denying that. It is true, but it's also good to be realistic about life. Yes, there are blessings. I know the Bible says your kids of the younger age are like arrows and whatever. It is true, there are arrows, but you need to have the plan to do that. You need to understand yourself. So try to play what we call the non-conformity game. Okay, probably that point didn't get well, but I have other trail of points. Stick around, all right? Let's go to point number two. There's something called approach social safety. There's something what we call the social safety and benefits, where you actually benefit from what we call the conditional cash transfers. Let me explain this in a simple terms. Let's say you come from ghetto places, like for example in Kenya we have the biggest slum in Africa called Kibra. We also have several others like Mathare, we have Kayoles and what have you. So Mathare, whatever. So the thing is, or maybe if you come from South Africa, we have Soweto, there is a Makoko Island in Nigeria, and many other places in continental Africa. If you come from those places, obviously there are some disadvantages. Maybe even the basic needs, you may not get them. Maybe the drinking water, maybe access to the internet, probably watching this video from a cafe, or maybe from somebody's video of whatever the way you're watching this video. So what happens is that there are this organization that comes to your place where they offer free skills training. There's certain cash. For example, there was a certain client who actually called me and told me, hey, you know what, Joseph, I come from Kibra and I have a group of guys, you know, who are abled differently, and they have been given some cash to start the business. Would you come over and try to teach them on what small businesses can they start to at least, you know, cater for themselves and such kind of a thing? And also you can throw some few jabs about financial management and what have you. So such programs really transforms and change lives. You can just imagine what happens in Rwanda. How many Rwandese are actually outside the continent of Africa, and they come back home with a huge chunk of cash and they invest back in their home. They benefited out of those programs. You know, it can stretch from JICA, it can stretch from the German welfare, the USA, the UK aid. I know they are enshrined with controversies. They are not really aid. They come here. I totally understand that. It's true. There's some other, the patronization and what have you, they're there. But there are few selected individuals who actually benefit out of that. You know, we say what? We pick that what is available before we actually get that what we want. So the reality is, if there are such organizations, some of organizations are planned by the church, the missionaries and what have you. I understand, because I know probably in the comment section you're gonna roast me. Hey Joseph, those people don't mean good for us. I understand and I agree 1000% sure. But there are some cases we can as well say, hey, this was changed. This, for example, where I was schooling back when I was in my primary level, we had some fellow students who were sponsored fully, you know, for the school fees, you know, for the food and other kind of things. May not be everything, but at least some of the things that are needed. For example, there is a very big bank in Kenya, probably arguably the biggest bank in Kenya, called Equity. I'm going to give them a shout out, whatever it is. We give a credit where it's due. I mean, after all, it's our own bank. It's a continent, it's our Kenyan bank called Equity. They usually have a program called flying. What do we call that? Whatever. High flies. There's something like flying and whatever it is. Okay, that program, they usually gather students who have actually done better in their primary level, you know, some, I mean, high school, primary level as well as the high school level. And those who have done good at the higher primary level, they are taken to good high schools. For those who have done Wings to Fly, that's the program, Wings to Fly. Those who have done good in the higher secondary level, you know, they are given scholarships even outside the country. They're also given opportunity to work in those banks. Okay, I know you might say, hey, guess what? That's a way of advertising there. It is true, obviously, because they need clients, they need money, and at the same time, they benefit some other guys in the society. They can actually benefit. I personally, I can actually identify at least a single family whom I know they benefited out of that Wings to Fly kind of a thing. So if you can be able to get these programs, go ahead and grab that program. You can get a skill, you can get the quality education, you can actually go ahead and monetize that what you get and be able to make some cash as you move along the way. That's what we call the conditional cash transfers and those organizations. Okay, number 3, planning, organizing your family. What does it mean? Family planning. I'm just trying to look a better term to say family planning. You know, the moment you realize that you are in a cash crunch, the moment you realize that you're barely surviving, you know, you're barely able to cater for, you know, what do you call it? For the kid or kids that you have. I mean, before you even bring forth others, try to sort of put a pause, organize your family. I'm not going to suggest whatever method you're going to use. Again, that's a medical thing. As much as I have a medical background, I'm not going to suggest for that. We have a whole YouTube channels here on YouTube that they dedicate their channels for that. You can go check it out there. Okay. Now, the point is, for me, I'm going to tell you, I'm looking at it from the lenses of finances. Try to make sure that at least, you know, for the ones that you have, give them the better quality in terms of the education, in terms of the exposure, in terms of the support, so that at least they can realize their full potential. So try to organize your family and plan your family at the same time. To organize them is to know, you know, how can you impact them positively. For example, if you identify you are in the situation that you are in because you messed up in your life, try to educate them. If it's about boys, you know, and you're a man, you know that there's somewhere you messed up. Maybe you are so much to ladies and enjoying life and what have you. You messed up your life big time. So try to tell them, hey, you know what? This is exactly what I did, and this is what I am right now. And now you guys, guess what? I wish you nothing but the best. And you can avoid this route that I followed. You can actually follow this, and this would be the, you know, repercussion of that and what have you. If you are a lady, tell them, guess what? I actually, this what happened. Be careful on this. Be careful yourself on that. Try to, even if you may not have the money, try to give them the knowledge, the exposure, the understanding to show them what they're supposed to do. So organize your family, organize yourself, go ahead and do things differently so that at least you can get yourself out of the situationship that you are in. And by the way, I'm not going to discuss the obvious things, try to save as little as you can, try to invest as early. I'm assuming those are basic information that you already know by the time you're watching this video. So that at least you know what, guess what, no matter how much you earn, try to save as little as you can, all right? But I'm going to discuss that as we end on this video. Number 4, try communal approach. What does it mean? Try to get some guys, alongside you, try to have that synergy. For example, let's say you have 5 guys or 10 guys whom you can actually come together. Personally, I've been invited by 3 groups. One in Kayole, the other one was in Chokaa, that is in Nairobi. Okay, fine. For those who are international people, they may not know what I'm talking about. For Kenyans, I can know what I'm talking. In short, I've been invited by 3 groups, and they were not these high income areas and water. They've actually organized. Some people are actually, they work, they fetch water with a donkey, supply water with a donkey. I bet there was a time I made a video about that. These are guys who don't even earn a lot of money, They simply put together, maybe let's say everyone can actually bring their 100 bob each and every day. That's like $1. The other one $1, the other one $1. 10 of them, they bring those $10. They can throw that money in a money market fund. That money is actually earning them interest. That money can actually be accumulated in a period of a certain time. Then they can get that thing. They can actually buy or sort of start a car wash business. They can start, you get what I'm saying? So come together. There is a Swahili word in Kenya, we say, umoja ni nguvu, utengano ni udhaifu. Simply means you can bring as little as you have, bring it together, we sum it up, we can actually have a high purchasing power, then you can be able to do something. This has actually helped a lot of people to get themselves out of poverty. For example, there was a certain group of ladies whom I was invited. These are simply guys who are nannies. Nannies are people who take care of the house managers, depends on how you call them. They organize themselves as 6 ladies. And what they did, can you imagine this? They actually bought some machine, of a cleaning. They started a cleaning agency whereby, and what they were doing is to contribute as little as they have. You bring what that you have, I bring that what I have, we sum it together, and in that process, boom, we have ourselves some machines, we have ourselves some companies. We can actually be able to earn something and be able to move to the next level. That is point number 4. Point number 5 is advocate growth mindset. Apparently, it's the only thing that you can control. What does it mean? You see, you may actually be born out of the poverty situation, and having the mindset of poverty, that's another thing. Try to usually have this plenty of mindset. When I say plenty of mindset, what does it mean? Have this mindset of abundance, this, I may have come actually from a poor background, but I can do this can be done, I can move it to the next level, I'm great, I can actually be able to actually earn this, and all those kind of things. So try as much as you can to incorporate that mindset of abundance, mindset of growth, mindset of understanding, and all those kind of things. So that is a thing that can as well help you in big time. The other thing is that leverage on the skills and the talents that you have. You find actually people who come from poor areas in like the ghettos and what have you. They are good dancers, they are good musicians. Some actually acquire skills like graphic design, computer as software editors, or whatever they think, the programmers and what have you. You can actually go ahead and bring together that or those skills that can help you a lot as far as the growth is concerned. So the point is, in any way, in every way, try as much as you can to bring forth all those skills and talents, so that at least they can be able to help you get yourself out of the poverty or the situation that you are in. Guess what? That's the end of this video. I'm not going to make a long video. I hope the message has already gotten home. Anyway, this is Good Joseph speaking. Go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and see you in the next one.